Red Clay is based on my life story that I haven't spoke about in any of my rap verses or in any interviews, and it was very hard yet therapeutic to put this together. So shout out to all the real ones. Shout out to my mom, who is not here right now. She is in Florida in a two-piece. Her birthday is at 12 o'clock. She'll be 75, and she shares the same birthday, or Heaven. My daughter Heaven will be 17. They have the same birthday, so we just hanging out, enjoying life. And when you see this Red Clay, what I want you to take from it is that you never know what people are going through, and you never know where people can end up at. So just keep that in mind. Once again, thank you for the love and support. Have a good time. True.
All right, y'all ready to get started? See the back, they not ready, y'all. I know y'all ready. Are y'all ready to get started? Thank you. I'm gonna need that energy all night because this is a really historic moment, right? Everybody agree? All right, so if this is a historic moment, we need to act like it. We need to be present. We need to make sure that we're paying attention to the film. Make sure everybody silences your phones, because I swear, if I hear somebody and during the movie, I'm gonna kick y'all out, all right? So to go ahead and get started, we're gonna bring up one of our, you know where, okay, anyway. We're gonna bring up one of our co-star lead actors of the movie, okay? Is Jalen Ragam in the building somewhere? Come on now, brother. Y'all give it up for Jalen, please. All three of them coming at the same time. Couple more claps. We almost there. He's just walking up the stairs. That would be great, yeah. See, I'm going to need y'all tonight because, you know, we got a little filling in the gaps. One more time for Jalen. What's up, man? You can go ahead and have a seat in the second one. Okay. Elijah, if you can bring up those slides, that first set of slides, please. Yeah, and so, yeah, this is Jalen, as we just saw. So we can go to the next one. Coming up next, we have our first assistant director. Chanel Lauren is an American filmmaker, originally from Detroit, Michigan. Anybody from Detroit in the house? Where y'all come from? What y'all doing up in here? We ain't supposed to, okay. She's from Detroit, Michigan. She is known for her unyielding work ethic and superb ability to lead. Chanel began her career as a film writer and a script supervisor, working alongside powerhouse directors like Charles Stone and Francis Ford Coppola. She is currently a first assistant director on feature films, commercials, and television productions. She has contributed to projects on ABC, BET, NBC, Netflix, Starz, Paramount, and others. This Hillman, Anna Hillman grad, to name a few. Chanel is also the creator of the YouTube series Pack Light TV. So if you all could please give a round of applause for Chanel Lauren. And last but not least, for our first panel of the night, we have our director, Christian Nolan Jones. Christian, hold on, brother, hold on. I gotta say your accolades, man. Let me say your accolades. You can't be moving before I get your accolades out there. They don't even know who you coming up, you know? So Christian Nolan Jones is an Atlanta-born and raised filmmaker with Southern roots. Anybody from Atlanta in here? It's always somebody from Atlanta up in here, man. This Howard grad and NYU Tisch alum has an award-winning short, Glitter and Gold. It lit up festivals like South by Southwest, Black Star, and ATL Film Festival right down the street. He's been paving the way to directing on Issa Rae's hit show, Rap Shit, on HBO Max. Anybody seen that show? This winter, he hopes to bring it home with his debut feature, Kin Folk, produced by Big Beach. Is that Big Beach? Okay, Big Beach. I wasn't sure if it was the other one. So, Big Beach and shooting in Atlanta. Supported by heavyweights and icons like Stacey Sher, Common, and Spike Lee, Christian Nolan Jones is poised to leave a lasting mark in the film industry. Please give a wonderful round of applause for Christian Nolan Jones. Oh yeah, you can sit right there. Yeah. Everybody got a mic? You got it? Good. Okay, so go ahead and getting started. How y'all doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. They can't hear you on the mic though. We ain't did nothing yet.
Hello. There we go.
Yeah, I can hear all y'all. So, first of all, I just want to say thank you guys for coming. I know you all are still shooting new projects, and you all took the time to be here. She came from work. She came straight from set, looking like this on set all day. No, I'm just kidding. But I would like to start the conversation with you, Chanel, if we can. So, as the first assistant director, not a lot of projects always have that role on set, right? And even when they do have a first AD, they don't always have the right expectations of what that specific role is supposed to do. So could you please talk a little bit about what a first AD does on a set and what you did on Red Clay specifically?
Sure. So I'm Chanel Lauren. If you're a filmmaker, I'm the first AD your project needs. I'm so honored to have worked on Red Clay. It was an amazing experience. So my job on set, I create the schedule. I pretty much manage the set, okay? And so I keep us on time. I make sure that all of our shots on our schedule get shot in a timely manner and that everything that's on script that's supposed to happen, happens. And so, yeah, I'm in contact with every department, making sure that our set is run cohesively and effectively and that everybody stays safe. That's a really big part of my job as well. And I became a first AD because as Jamie said, I started as a scriptie, and when I got onto sets as a script supervisor, I just didn't like the way ADs talk to people. I didn't like the way they mistreated people. I didn't like the way they cussed people out on the walkie, and I was like, it has to be a better way to do that job without demeaning people. So yeah, here I am, 7 years in the game, and I love it. I wouldn't rather do anything else.
With that being said, I know a big part of what you do is to preserve the creative space for the director, right? And I'm gonna shoot over to you, Christian, with that being said. Can you talk about your experience with a first AD in general on different sets, and then what Chanel brought to Red Clay, putting you on the spot for the number one question for you, so your time.
So Chanel's the first AD that I've worked with more than once, actually. So shout out to her. So we worked on Glitter together, and then we're fortunate enough to work on Red Clay together. I think that at this point we kind of have a second hand. She knows when I'm probably a little moody. She knows probably maybe when I might need a little bit of space to kind of like work things out with certain departments. So I think that kind of relationship is important to have, between the director and the AD, because a lot of ADs, they just want to push you so that you can get your shots. But, on set, the director, we're thinking about like what shots we need for the edit, right? And we don't want to leave anything out. So if you get pushed too hard, and you feeling that pressure, because I'm already feeling pressure from the big guy over here on Chains. So if my AD is also, adding more external pressure, it's not really helping in the moment. So I think she does a good job of listening to, what it is that I'm looking for from scene to scene, the kind of coverage that's needed. And, we made all our days. I don't think we had an issue any day.
We make our days around here.
Gotta make your days.
We rap early every day, right?
I don't know about all that.
Okay.
You might have left early.
No, look.
I mean,
Look, when I say early, I mean maybe 15 minutes. All right.
early's early, okay? We made our days and we wrapped early, so.
Christian, could you talk a little bit about the film and kind of when you were first approached about it, and what are some of the kind of intangibles about the film that you knew you were going to have to bring from an emotion standpoint, some of the just subject matter within the film that you saw the script and you're like, okay, I know what I'm going to have to go into this film kind of guiding for the cast and crew?
Well, I like to tell people that Red Clay, it's all building towards this one moment, this one conversation that happens in the film, and y'all will see shortly. But that conversation and kind of how I looked at it, I think helped me connect to Owen Chains a little bit more. Just us talking about what it means to lose your innocence, you know, as a black man or a young black man, right? In that moment where kind of your perspective on the world changes. And, you know, it's a different moment for everybody. And unfortunately, you know, we did connect in that way. I say unfortunate because for all of us, you know, we talked about it. It was a pretty young age, you know what I'm saying? So, but Change the Story is unique. So I'm trying to tap into, you know, the emotions that he was going through and listening to what he's trying to communicate, you know. In this role, my job is just to be a vessel, you know. So I'm grateful that I was able to tell this story. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. I'll say, you know, I think Chanel, you and I can kind of align on this. When I first read the script, I definitely got like emotional about it, just because that level of kind of vulnerability in storytelling is not always seen, and not always seen, just not always seen and done well. But from just the script itself, it started popping off the page. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, so I loved the script right away, and what compelled me the most is that Omar and Change did such a good job of, because it's a short, and so it's hard to convey a lot in a short, right? And so either your audience is felt left hanging, or you cram a lot into it and they get confused, and it's like, wait, what was this about? But Omar and Change did such a good job of telling a story, walking us through, like, when it starts, we're in these people's lives, and immediately I feel like I'm a part of their life, right? Immediately their stories resonate. Immediately, I'm from Detroit, but it's very similar to a lot of neighborhoods in Atlanta, right? And so immediately I feel like I know these characters, and they did such a good job of walking us through the story, a believable story, right? A believable story, and making us care about these people. Like, I cared about Nook when I read it, and so I was so honored to be a part of that. And kudos to everybody who was a part of this film that brought that to life, because they just really did do a really good job of creating believable characters that people could relate to and want to root for.
Yeah, you know, I think from the very first Zoom session, we all started to understand how important this project was. And from the day we all stepped on set, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, we all locked in. All right, bet. Jalen, I want to like talk to you for a little bit if we can. Y'all give it up for Jalen one time, y'all.
Yeah.
So could you tell us,
I hear me. Oh, all right.
Jalen, could you tell us what your first acting role was so far?
This.
Oh, this one is.
Red
Oh, okay, yeah. See, y'all didn't even know that. See, yeah, this is Jalen's first acting role, and he plays a really authentic character and really does a great job at this. So we're really proud of him, and he was so natural on there. What's up, boss? Yeah, we got some.
Hold on, talk about that.
First of all, y'all make some more noise for Jalen, right? So this was the first time I've ever shot a film or had anything to do with this process behind the scenes. But Jalen, I tell you this all the time. I appreciate you, bro. You've been here before. I had no idea that you were 15 when I went through these. I went through all these casting emails every day. I'm getting like different, you know, hundreds of them. Keisha and I, we going through different potential people that I want to play these roles, and something stood out. And his actual video was on an iPhone. It was like an iPhone. He didn't want to do it. You could tell his mom, and it was just something about bro, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just something about him. He had never acted before, but you just never know what God got for you, because he did an excellent job when you see this. You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
He from the A, so I appreciate it. I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I
Appreciate
love seeing you every time I bump into you, bro. For real.
I appreciate it too. You.
Yeah, if we could actually double tap into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Jalen, could you talk about what that was like for you submitting to a role like this? You know, how did you find out about it? You know, did your agent let you know, aka your mom's? What was that process like for you, bro?
Nah, he said I didn't want to do it. It wasn't that didn't want to do it. It was just like I ain't think I'd be here. So I was down myself and it like that. But what happened was how I found out about it was, man, my mom seen it on social media. And she seen it on Instagram. She read it. She described. It was describing what they need for the thing. So she was like, "That's my son." They described me. So she was like, she couldn't get me out my room. She like, man, I just seen that post on Instagram, man. 2 Chainz got the movie coming. You finna be in the movie. I'm like, 2 Chainz. I'm like, 2 Chainz, man. What? I'm like, come on, man. So she, the video had to be submitted on Friday. This like a Monday. Man, she begged me, took me all week to get the video done. I ain't even want to do it. I was like, man, I wasn't trying to be bothered with it. But on the last day, it was like nighttime. Like, she was like, bro, you gotta do this video, bro. Like, come on, bro. Man, I did the video. I did the little video, sent through. Then they sent something back. I say, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait. So that when she was like, yeah, boy, stop playing, boy. Yeah, look. She was like, I was doubting myself. I was like, ain't no way. I said, it's gonna be 1,000,000 videos sent to the email. Why they gonna pick me? And look what happened.
I mean, like we just
Look
heard.
what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, we never heard that side, so that's a great question. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we just heard.
Yeah, shout out to my mom. Like,
Shout out to
for real,
moms. What moms
Shout out
at?
to
Raise
mom.
your hand, mom. She out here?
Nah, she not here.
She's not here. Okay. Well, shout out to moms when you see it. But like to that point, right? You know, as far as you know, one, like we already mentioned, you know, what's meant for you is meant for you, right? You know, what is a line? It doesn't matter if there is a 1,000,000 other submissions. What's for your role is your role, right? So that's a message that everybody can take on the way out here today. But Christian, I want to talk to you about like that within the movie, the mother-son aspect of the movie. How did you kind of curate an environment to where that love between them two can really be shown?
Sometimes as an actor, I learned this from one of my mentors. Sometimes as an actor, you create the environment, you just get the hell out the way. I mean, as a director, just get the hell out the way, you know? So Rutina and Chris, they super talented. I just set the scene. I tried to make sure that, you know, while on set, it's a lot going on, and it's a really heartfelt scene. So just making sure that the environment, you know, kind of match the tone as much as possible. Just making sure that we're giving them their space so they can stay in it. And then the other thing is like, I didn't want to overshoot the scene also, because it is super emotional, and we asking them to go deeper and deeper, you know, into what honestly is a conversation that I don't think many of us want to have, you know, with our parent or with our child, you know. I don't want to give too much.
Please don't spoil it. They about to watch it in like 2 seconds, brother.
For sure. But yeah, I think that's my job as a director, to know when, you know, to give direction and when not to. And Chris, where you at? Man, this guy's the truth.
That's our lead actor, ladies and gentlemen.
I think more so in the scene because Rutina was so deep into it.
Rutina's amazing.
Yeah, that I would more so give Chris direction and tell him, you know, like step into her space here, or, you know, yeah, y'all will see. I don't want to get too much.
Right, he's trying not to spoil it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, you asked me about the process. I'm trying not to get too deep into it.
Let me talk to somebody that hasn't seen the movie yet. Chanel, I know you haven't seen the movie yet, but before we do get into it, one of the main things was the connection between, and like the connection in all the different spaces, right? So you protecting the space, whether we're at the convenience store or the home or outside, and we're trying to, worry about the logistics. Could you talk about what the planning process was like for you? And after that, I'm gonna just say one last thing, then we're gonna get that movie started, okay?
First of all, shout out to Gigi. Big ups
Shout
to
out to Miss
Gigi.
Gigi.
We shot at her home. Shout out to La Janelle. Shout out to Sade, our producers. When I came onto the project, we were in pre-production, so me and Sade were boots on the ground, going to the stores, scouting the streets, and like figuring out where to shoot once we realized we were gonna shoot at Gigi's house, and just figuring out like what the space would be, what looked best aesthetically. My goal is always to protect my director and allow him to be creative, so what would allow us to do that? And so pre-production is a lot about scouting and figuring out what the spaces will look like, what will allow us the best place to get aesthetically, what looks good, right? You want your film to look good, and then where we can move about and get in and out within a timely manner. Is that answering your question?
Yeah, it does. And also, we don't have a lot of time for any longer of an answer anyway, so that was
Okay,
great.
I'll keep it short. So yeah, I'm an AD. I'm all about the time. Like,
But I would like to say that you brought so much consideration to the set. I worked on a couple of your sets before, and I just want to give you your flowers and say I appreciate you, because you were one of the first people that really saw me and made sure. I was working as an intern on one of her sets for Both Eyes Open, and one of the things that I'll never forget is that, everybody had taken their pictures. I was just working one of the last days, and she was like, whoa, wait, everybody, before y'all leave, make sure we all get a picture with Jamie in it. So I just want to say I appreciate you, because you're always thinking about the consideration and safety of everybody on your set, whether they're children, whether they're the seniors, whether the main character, whether they're the PAs. I just want to give you your flowers and say I really appreciate you, y'all.
thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you.
So if you could actually cue us up to watch Red Clay, it's a movie that you haven't seen. Oh, we got one more thing. Oh, we got something from the crowd. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to clarify who Gigi was. I'm sure a lot of people don't know who Gigi is, but Gigi is my mother-in-law. She's not here now. We just had dinner, but it's Keisha Mama, and I was really checking a lot of people who was in the film space and finding out, because I had this out of my pocket. So I was trying to figure out where could I cut some costs at, and they was like location, and so I was like, man, how can I ask my mother-in-law if I can use? But it worked out, so she let us do it. So that's who Gigi is, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gigi, we appreciate, we love you. That's what it is. Let's get this thing started.
Hey, give it up for Gathering Spot one time, y'all. All right, Elijah, please, sir. Elijah, if you get them slides for me. All right, so, Elijah, appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna have a real special conversation up here today. It's not gonna be just a regular panel discussion, but I would like to go ahead and start to bring them up, okay? So starting out, we have Tauheed Epps, professionally known as the American rapper 2 Chainz, is an American rapper, actor, entertainer, serial entrepreneur, that's more than one business, y'all. Philanthropist, and the Grammy Award winning and multi-platinum artist, is also an emerging filmmaker. Epps is the executive producer and co-writer of this film, inspired by his life's journey thus far. What started out as a passion project has evolved into a form of art therapy for the rapper. Red Clay is 10 years in the making and a testament to his endless artistry. Please give the biggest welcome to 2 Chainz. Next up is a very, very special person from the film. This is going to be Christopher Emmanuel Darby, y'all. He's the main lead actor. He's also a writer and producer. He's known for Black Lightning, Kent State, and portraying Alan Keys Johnson in the feature film Keys. He spent a chunk of his life in Atlanta and LA. Through his passion for the arts, he ended up falling in love with musical theater. Christopher resides in LA, but he's continuously studying, training, and pursuing his dream in acting. And y'all give it up for Christopher Emmanuel Darby, y'all. As I just mentioned, this is a special conversation right here that we're all witnessing tonight. So this isn't just going to be specifically about the film. We're going to kind of dive into some of the subject matter as we just witnessed. There's a big conversation in the movie about addiction, survival, and really family legacy. So somebody that's going to help me lead this discussion is Ms. Diane Key. Diane Key is the CEO and owner of Aftercare Residential Rehab Services. She, over the grant-funded program through the state of Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities, which provided residential services and training to adults diagnosed with psychiatric and substance abuse disorders. Prior to Aftercare for over 25 years, Ms. Key served as mental health coordinator for the Fulton County Department of Mental Health, supervising residential substance abuse and emergency mental health programs. So if we could please welcome up Ms. Diane Key, everybody. I was gonna hug you, but it's cool. We already did it. I'm gonna just go ahead and sit down on my spot. Okay. Got you. Oh, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all in the front row, y'all. Front row looking out, y'all. Front row. Cause back row ain't doing nothing. They ain't paying attention back there. To get started, how's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
Good.
Wonderful. 2 Chainz, if we could kind of just start with you for a second, just to kind of open up the space. What was your intention kind of starting to create this film, right? Like you've been very successful in all the different endeavors, but at some point you sat down and you were like, you know what, let me go ahead and start to tell this story, or start to tell a story a different way. So if you could kind of speak to that for a little bit.
Yeah. First of all, I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. So it's hard for me to, especially in Atlanta. I've shown this film in different cities, in Atlanta. Just kind of, I be seeing people in the crowd that I grew up with. So, but for me, it was a form of therapy, as I just discussed. It's something that has been heavy on my heart for so long, and I'm someone, probably one of the few people who don't believe in karma, and a lot of it was based on decisions I felt like I had to make before my brain could even mature in a 14, 15-year-old. So I just had this story that I just was embarrassed to tell or even talk about in anything. So I knew that I've been doing music for a long time, and I was ready to take some creative risk. And I always wanted to get in the film space, but not so much. Well, I like being in front of the camera as well, but I wanted to kind of get the ins and outs of being behind the camera. And so when it came time, Omar Epps is my cousin, and we've been just talking about life. We just always been just talking about stuff. And so I never wanted to bother him with the idea that I had a script, because people come to me every night in Candyland and say they're a rapper, and it just sometimes it kind of gets cliche. So I didn't want to do that. But he said, so I wrote, had this little script, written, but my script was this was the story, but I guess it didn't look like a script was supposed to look. So when I sent it to Omar, he was like, bro, that, no disrespect, but that's not how I script, And I'm writing the script from like me, him, but it just was trash, it just
Me, him,
but
this.
it was still would have came out kind of like this, but I guess when people were looking like, bro, so he sent it back and he started like describing the scene, like it's sun outside, and I started like, indulging and getting more involved, and then also sharing, the story with him, because he obviously didn't know. And then it came time to shoot, and I just was, really hands-on with the picking the director, picking everyone. I just wanted to be a part of everything. And Yeah, so this is therapeutic for me. I feel like I'm very vulnerable. I have a hard time showing this film in Atlanta, so this might be the last Atlanta screening.
Well, I just wanted to say on behalf of the recovering community, thank you for this film. If I could get a show of hands, how many of you can relate to having family members or even people in your family that deal with this same issue? In the NA community, James, they say that our secrets keep us sick. And so, because of your telling this secret, you freed a lot of folks today. So I just want to say thank you. Also, no shame in your game. A lot of us are dealing with these same issues, not have dealt with them, are dealing with them presently. So just know that we appreciate your you're doing this. You talked about your cousin being Omar Epps, who we absolutely love. How was that creative process between the two of you to come up with Red Clay?
You know, well, obviously, he's been shining in this space for a very long time, in the film space, so I felt like I could trust him. I felt very comfortable with sharing some details, and also, as Chanel mentioned earlier, you know, it was not as easy as it appeared to put this in a 20-minute context, as far as this proof of concept, people being able to follow the story and ultimately want to see more of it. And so that's where he was very helpful in holding off or adding certain things at this particular point. It's just all about, I love to collaborate, and I just feel like, you know, I wouldn't even be up here if it wasn't for like the team that we assembled and put together and collaborated with. So I'm just very thankful for that. But just working with Omar is just like, it was like a cheat sheet because he's been in the game for so long. So it's very helpful for me.
Yeah, actually, with that being said, Chris, I'm gonna talk to you for a second. I'm curious, having just two legends on set, but specifically Omar, and with his acting background for 30 plus years as an icon in the space, how was Omar able to kind of guide you for you to find the character in your own way?
Yeah, so I will answer that by saying we had three legends on set. Rutina Wesley was the highest paid black actress in Hollywood.
Of course, I knew that. I was talking about
10
her.
years.
Thank you.
So she paved the way for black actresses all across America, the world. To Omar specifically, that wealth of knowledge that he has is just unmatched. For him to be able to be in the craft at the level that he's been in the craft, with the projects that he has on his resume, it just shows the excellence that he carries. And so Omar, he knows how to identify what level you're at and rather quickly. And so he's not gonna waste his time with giving you vague notes. He's going to cut to the heart of the scene and be very direct. And he's gonna give you complicated, meticulous notes that helps you stretch and grow. And so, having him on set was it's like having the greatest acting coach,
Word. What was one of your favorite moments on set, if you remember, for both of you guys? If whoever get one first, y'all can go ahead and start talking.
Oh, man. You know what? I would say two parts. That opening scene, that felt so Atlanta. I lived here for 10 years, so that felt Atlanta as fuck, for real. And then I would have to say, to me, the darkest moments are always the most painful moments, but then the most beautiful moments, simply because we don't watch TV, we don't watch films to just simply, just, oh, that was okay. We want to feel something, we want to cry, we want to laugh, we want to be angry. And so that scene in the kitchen was dreadful, but it was also my favorite moment to shoot. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Also know that your family being on set was real important to you. I understand even one of your daughters was actually in the film. I love that.
Yeah, they just be tagging along, and so
And jump in there.
Halo was like he was doing the action, 'cause he just was in the way and stuff, and so then I threw the girls in the scene. We had a couple girls, but I was like, I'm always like pitching for the fam, so I put some girls in the scene just to be like someone that Nook was like shy about liking or something like that. But I incorporate the fam as much as possible, try to create some revenue streams before they, you know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is.
We'd also be remiss if we didn't, because you're not only telling your story, you're telling the story of your mom. And so could you tell us a little bit about your relationship with her now and what's her process like now?
Yeah, like I say, she just sent me a picture of her in a two-piece bikini. And she was like 70 where, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So me and my mom have always been cool, like, just like, because my father was kind of not around a lot of the time. So me and my mother have had a really great relationship throughout all the turmoil and ups and downs and eviction and embarrassment, you know. My last time getting evicted, which I'm in my 40s now, but it wasn't, I was in college. I was in college and somebody was telling me that they were putting my stuff out. So a couple of my friends got a U-Haul and just help my mom out. But this is like, when you're in college, you're essentially kind of like an adult or about to be an adult. So this is something that I dealt with, you know, going into my early 20s. And just to see her do a full 360. My mom don't even smoke cigarettes anymore, you know. She just,
Shout out to mom.
so just to see what happened if you keep living and keep having faith, you know what I'm saying, and keep praying. And so it was nights that I tell people that I kind of just smile my way through the day. I smile my way through school. I just would be dealing with whatever in the middle of the night. You know, it'd be people in my house. It'd be addicts in my house. I would be essentially hiding my pants and my money. I'll be hiding it under my pillow. I'll be hiding it different places. And I still would wake up and wouldn't have these things. So I just stayed in a place that was probably not in the best for somebody my age. And I still fought through it. I still was my own alarm clock. I still would get perfect attendance, all A's, whatever that was, you know what I'm saying? And I just never had that itch to want to talk bad about my father or talk bad about my mother. And I'm from the era where everybody was like, fuck their dad, you know, and I'm from that era where there was no dads around, and it was like, but I never said fuck my dad, you know what I'm saying? I just never did, you know, and even when my mom would be gone for a week or something, I still would go to school, do everything, so it was just really no excuse for anything, and no one has any excuse. So, you know, I have some things I probably still need to work on, but for the most part, and my mom too, but for the most part, like I said, she'll be 75 at 12 o'clock tonight. She is doing very well. I'm just very happy and very blessed that she's my mom.
And Christopher, can I ask you what drew you to the project?
Oh man. So I think in my career, this is coming up on year 21. I've been in it since I was 5 years old. I think
so
I
like
was,
2 years?
yeah.
You're like 7 years old, man.
Yeah. I think I was so used to taking projects like the Black Lightnings, where I played like a superhero nerd. When this came across my table, shout out to Irie, our casting director. You know, this would have been my first time playing a character like this. I've never played edgy characters, and you know, I'm just blessed by God that I didn't have ego, because some people would get any short film and say, I'm not doing that. I just had a movie in theaters, you know, that was at the box office, da-da-da-da-da. But I read the script and I was like, wow. It's like, yo, I want to do this. And I was in LA. They was like, well, we can't fly you out. I was like, look, I want to do it. Like, whatever. I'll fly myself out if I have to. Thank you, Tech. They covered it. But the moment I landed in Atlanta and I met the team, honestly, there was a couple other guys in the room going up for it, but I was like, y'all might as well go home. You feel what I'm saying?
Might as well go home.
Yes, man. I had them do these readings at my studio just to see the chemistry. So it was between Jalen and who was just up here, and it was this other guy who was I felt like he was literally overqualified. He was so
really
good. This guy was just, I was like, cry. He was just cry. He was really that good. He was that good. I was like, dog. I'm like, dog, I might see you on Marvel, dog. I don't even want to, dog, you too fire. And it was like, and so Jalen, he had that edge that I wanted, that Atlanta edge, that zone 3. And then with him, man, I had him go against maybe like 3 people, man. He's smacking them boys. You know what I'm saying? He's just smacking them. And then one guy got up there a little bit, but so he was smacking them, and he helping folks too. Like, let me tell you what you know. And I just was looking, and I just was like, I feel like I'm a talent scout. Even when you talk about me and my businesses, it's because of the people that I work with. I like to collaborate, like I said. So I don't run Escobar or Candyland or Skyhawk, any of these things by myself. It's like somebody that I met, they're super passionate about whatever the project is. I'm passionate about bringing it to light, being marketing, adding value to it. And so he was somebody that I just noticed he was just cut from a different cloth. And then plus, this nigga had Tyrese calling me like, that's my son. You know, I just seen this nigga at the concert. I just seen him at the month. He's telling me, what I tell you? I told you, if I tell you. I was like, you know, I picked this guy before I already had him.
We know how Tyrese is, man.
He ain't like he gave me you, bro.
I told him, I said, you ain't had nothing to do with this. You know that, right?
Remember, he really said, and I tell you something, you better put a 10 on us. So I'm like, what are you, bro? I said, I done already had this junk figured out before you, but anyway, he really in the mix. He's just super humble, really in the mix. And even when I got, everybody that was involved, man, they had these little different, everybody had different reels and different, and it was just something about my boy Chris right here that I just said, him and Rutina was somebody they sent me, 30, 40 pictures of just black women actors. 40, 50 at least. Like, I didn't even realize there was that many women actors, but it's like, I don't know, man, 40, 50. And I'm looking at every one of them, and when I saw Rutina's face, I said, I want to use this lady right here. I didn't know she was the highest paid lady. I don't know nothing. And then we get on the phone, and it just hit her a different way. It was something that has been a part of her life as well. And so a lot of it came through the energy. It just brought us all together.
That's dope. That's dope.
Facts.
Yeah, we clapping all night, y'all. Hope y'all hands are stretched.
And if
out.
I could say something before we move on from this point, the way you and O made the environment so collaborative, and like you guys are literally legends and giants, and you have accomplished so many amazing things, but it never felt like big eyes, little U's. It never felt like, well, I know better than you know. It was, you never came and imposed and said, well, I need you to do this. You would come to me and you would say, well, how do you feel? And I would tell you what I want to do, even if there was moments where I seen moments where you was like, okay, trying to process it, but you would always say, okay, let's try it. And you would come back and you'd be like, man, you killed that shit. Yeah, you killed that shit. And then I think like the third day, Christian was saying something and you came in and you was like, man, don't give that nigga no notes, bruh. That nigga got it. Don't give that nigga no notes. And at that moment, I was like, okay, yeah, we're creating something really special. That's uncommon. And so as long as you keep that, which I know you will, because that's just you, as I've gotten to know you, that's just you. You can't teach that. That's unlike most producers in this business. So shout out to you.
This is my first one. I don't know. I'm gonna be a little harder next time.
Some people don't need practice shots, you know what I mean? To Christopher's point, I remember kind of seeing you kind of come on set kind of really, we wouldn't even start shooting until Change was there. I think I got in trouble because I was like, oh yeah, we good. And then you went there, they're like, Jamie, you can't be doing it. I'm like, oh, my bad. But I want to talk about how you got so involved in making sure that we had that authentic picture, right? Chris mentioned the convenience store, the opening shot. There was things that we were, whether it was switching in and out actors or even making sure that we had the right amount of props or, decoration in the background. Could you talk about your experience? This is your first time on set, like we just mentioned, right? Or in this kind of capacity. How did you want to make sure that you left a lasting impression on the film in those kind of ways?
I just think for me, I'm a Virgo and I'm just very detailed. I think.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm very detailed, and so it's details that may be small to somebody, like a button on a shirt or something like that, but it's big to me because I actually lived this life. I actually stayed in this for a long time. I actually lived in a trap. Stuff that people rap, talk, exaggerate about, I actually really experienced some of these things. And so I've never seen it depicted the right way on the screen. I don't care what, all the good black stuff that's been out, I looked at it and it had some validity to it, but I mean, it's hard to explain. And so I just wanted to be there. And I mean, it's just these small details that it just, even when Jalen was saying like, nigga, don't nobody love me, like Omar found it like that. No one would say that. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, yes, we would say this. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like when something like that happens, when you feel like you don't got nobody, sometimes you go out on a deep end and you do something that you may or may not regret. And so when I put this together, I wanted to be on shadowing Christian because he's just fire at what he do. And I know some directors probably wouldn't be with that because they like, I got it. But I was literally over his shoulder. I was trying to get the lingo, the language. I was just trying to see what every moving part was. And it was just a great learning experience. And I'm glad that, everybody, hung in there for me.
Yeah.
So it's left us wanting to see more. So tell us, is it going to develop into a series, into a
Yes.
film?
Yes, we've taken multiple meetings. I think I have another call tomorrow with a showrunner. We're just trying to lock in our showrunner. So keep your schedule open, dog. And then we're going to shoot. So I already got it like mapped out in my head because I'm always living in the future. But the first season will be 8 episodes, and the episodes, if you look at the soundtrack that's dropping on 8/1, that is actually a mood board for the series. So each title, from Mutual Bonds to Thought You Loved Me to Deadbeat Moms, which are titles on the soundtrack, will be the title of the series that we're shooting moving forward. And so, and so we have songs called, like I said, Deadbeat Moms, a song called Free, the song you heard with Ron Isley, the Atlanta Experience, which if you're from Atlanta, a lot of those things you can relate to, so I'm trying to do I'm stepping into this space like that, but I'm stepping in very confident and I'm just in my own lane. Like, I'm not really worried about looking to see who's next to me. I'm just kind of have tunnel vision, and I'm excited about, because people they always ask me, I got a couple of my friend in here from the gym, my homie Big, ain't seen a couple people in here. They like, how can I see it? And I want y'all to know that we're doing like a festival run, and I'm on my mama trying to get an Oscar for a short film. You know what I'm saying? For a short film, because I'm gonna try to profit off the little pain that I went through. I gotta try to get my money. Yeah, I gotta try to get my money off this little going to sleep hungry, all that old stuff. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? So this is, like I said, a proof of concept. You see, a lot of people always talking. I have something tangible. I can send you a link. I can really show you how serious I am about this project. And I think I had to put my best foot forward. I had to put my money where my mouth is. And with that, we've won Best Actor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Best actor over here, y'all.
Best Director.
Best
Congrats.
director in the crowd with y'all, y'all.
Yeah. So when you do them festival run, that was in a series fest. You was there, you weren't there, but yeah, we took home some hardware. So I'm already like, it took me a few years to get a Grammy, like a lot of years to get a Grammy. So I come in the door with a short film.
We couldn't know.
No shot.
Yeah, shaking it up. So yeah, we gonna it's going all the way up, man. As long as I can keep like the core group together, I just feel very excited about the
I
future.
agree. Core group. Core group.
This is crazy.
Y'all
Think
gonna have to
about
fight me
who's
for
in the core group.
Core group.
Just,
Shout out to all our cast and crew.
what a
that's-
cast and
that's
crew.
in
If the
house.
cast and
Put
crew
your-
could
if you
stand
had
up,
something
one
to
time,
do with
please.
Clay,
If you red
put your
Clay,
hands up.
Cast and crew, stand up, please. Just one time
My
for
boy
3
right
seconds.
here.
Yes, you gotta stand up. You got one
Yeah,
more time.
yeah,
boom,
yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
Shout out to y'all folks.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him, y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all folks.
Yeah, auntie, goddamn, yeah.
We got Sade, one of our producers over here
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, Sade, yeah.
2 Chainz and Christopher, I just want to say, I think I speak for everybody in the room. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but we're so proud of you and thankful for what you guys have created. This has been an amazing film. It's going to be so impactful to the world. It already is. You already impacted so many in this room. I just want to say congratulations to you both, and I'm really looking forward to what Red Clay is going to be doing in the future.
Thank you.
Shout out.
Do we have time for a couple questions from the audience?
Yeah, I got time. Anybody?
Okay, yeah, we got a little time. Can we get a mic to the crowd? I got one question
Hey,
right.
can we get Christian up here?
Hey, Christian, come on up here. You trying to leave. I don't know where you
come up
thought you
here.
was going, brother.
Somebody got a couple people got questions. Y'all pass the mic. Somebody help me out. Somebody want to help me
Hey,
out?
Jalen.